We all know that we are in the inauguration of our Gita Self Challenge, where we are memorizing 2 shlokas every day. And our chief guest of this program is Srimati Lakshmi Satish Bhagini, who is a Gita Ashtavadana winner. So I'll welcome her to our today's program. And I would like to introduce her, I would like to deliver her services and achievements of our today's guest. Mrs. Lakshmi Satish Bhagini is residing in L&T South City near Bannerghatta Road. She is very happy to help regarding Srimad Bhagavad Gita activities. She learnt Srimad Bhagavad Gita from Avadhoota Datta Peetam under the blessings of Pujya Sri Dr. Ganapati Sacchidananda Swamiji. After getting the TTD award for memorizing Srimad Bhagavad Gita shlokas in December 2021, and after receiving gold medal from Pujya Sri Ganapati Sacchidananda Swamiji in Avadhoota Datta Peetam, Mysore, and later she received first prize as cash amount of 25,000 rupees from His Holiness Jagadguru Shankaracharya Sri.Bharati Swamiji on May 22nd, 2022. So she had been the judge for Bhagavad Gita activities for Samskritotsav conducted by Karnataka Sanskrit University for 2 years and Karnataka state level judge for Tirumala Tirupathi Devasthanam for Srimad Bhagavad Gita Spardha and Purushartha Spardha, and for Karnataka Kala Sambhrama and Swami Sri Vivekananda VidyaShaale. Her basic qualification is BE in Computer Science from UVCE and MBA in IT and Systems, and Kovida from Samskrita Bharati, and now doing Gita Pravesha to apply Samskrita Panini Vyakarna rules in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. She is specially trained by eminent gurus in aspects of correct pronunciation of shlokas, and also she was being taught meanings of Srimad Bhagavad Gita from 5 years and trained in Gita Ashtavidhanam. Please be in mute. And also trained in Gita Ashtavadana from Dr. Sachidananda A. Murthy from Tirupati Sanskrit University, who is linked to TTD. She trains the candidates for Sringeri Bhagavad Gita exam and TTD finalist in Gita Ashtavadhanam. Currently learning Anvaya Rachana of Srimad Bhagavad Gita shlokas in Sanskritam. She also received blessings of Sharadamba to participate in Gita Jayanti with Sri Sannidhanam at Sringeri for Srimad Bhagavad Gita Parayanam with Sharadambas and Lord Krishna's Anugraham. We are really blessed as Srimati Lakshmi Bhagini is with us. I request Lakshmi Bhagini to deliver her valuable words about her inspiration to start her journey in Bhagavad Gita and guidance to memorize the shlokas and benefits of memorizing the shlokas. Over to you, Bhagini.
Dhanyavadaha, Bhagini. I thank you all, and I especially thank Dinesh Krishnamurthy sir for having me here today to inaugurate this program. It's an extreme honor for me to even consider me even eligible to inaugurate. I don't know whether I'm eligible or not. It's totally Lord's blessings. So I'm quite humbled by this. And coming to this journey of learning Srimad Bhagavad Gita, I will again repeat the shloka which I have already done in Dinesh's presence. There are 18 names for Bhagavad Gita, 18 names, just like Vishnu Sahasranamam, there are 1000 names. So there are 18 names. Gita, Ganga cha Gayatri, Sita, Satya, Saraswati, Brahma Vidya, Brahmavalli, Trisandhya, Mukti Gehini, Ardhamatra, Chidananda, Bhavagni, Bhayanashini, Vedatrayi, Parananta, Tatvartha Jnana Manjari, Ityetani Jape Nityam Naro Nischala Manasah, Jnana Siddhim Labhet Shigram Tathante Paramam Padam. This is there in Varaha Puranam. That is what it is stated as, even if you chant the 18 names of Bhagavad Gita, so you get Jnana Siddhim and Tathante Paramam Padam. That is liberation from the samsara chakra of this birth and deaths. So that is totally merging, that is getting leanam, no, with that Atma Paramatma reunion. So, and so if this is the merit of chanting just this one shloka from Varaha Puranam, then imagine learning all the 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita and memorizing them. Our Pujya Sri Swamiji, Ganapati Sacchidananda Swamiji used to always tell us that if you learn fluent reading of Srimad Bhagavad Gita and you are able to see the book with and chant with correct pronunciations, it is going to last a lifetime. If you do this Kanthapaatham of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it will last at least for 7 janmas, for 7 lifetimes. It is known from Varaha Puranam that Chidanandena Krishnena Prokta Swamukhatorjunam Vedatrayi Parananda Tattvartha Jnana Sanyuta. Chidanandena, you know, Sachidananda is our Lord Parabrahma, Paramatma, Sri Krishna. Prokta Swamukhatorjunam. He himself has delivered this Gita Mata to us, this through this wonderful Gita Shastra. Vedatrayi Parananda. And we all know it is a summary of all the Vedas. Tattvartha Jnana Sanyuta. So, and we also know it is all about the Tattvartham of life and about Paramatma. And also we know the 4 Mahavakyams, and that is what this Gita also summarizes, the 4 Mahavakyams. That is, excuse me, that is nothing but Tattvamasi. Prajnanam Brahma, Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, Ayam Atma Brahma. That Tattvamasi, Tat means what? That is what Krishna says, Arjuna. Tat Tvam Asi. Tvam is denoted by the first 6 chapters. That the first Shatkam. The Tat is the Paramatma, Parabrahman. So it is to signify the attributes of Parabrahman, to get to know Parabrahman in chapters 7 to 12. So first we have Karma Kanda, which is Tvam. He denotes Arjuna. True form of Arjuna, it is we common people. Because Arjuna is a representative in asking questions, in getting into depression and having that emotional instability, and how Krishna prepares him. So the Arjuna is representative of all of us, our Jivatmas. So that is Tvam. Tat is Parabrahman. Ati, it shows the Jnana Kanda. So what is Karma Kanda, Bhakti Kanda, Jnana Kanda. So by learning these 18 chapters, our Swamiji says the Phalashruti is enormous. If a child learns it, the memory power gets enhanced many, many folds. They become successful by Lord Krishna's blessings. In fact, at a higher level, we should say Lord Parabrahman's blessings. My teacher always says, you are always blessed by Brahman. He never says you are blessed by Krishna, you are blessed by Shiva, you are blessed by Shakti. He doesn't say. He says you are blessed by Brahman, because that is the highest level of thinking. That how we have to merge with Brahman. And so if one gets to learn the 18 chapters, he says that is Dr. Dr. Sachidananda, Dr. Ganapati Sacchidananda Pujya Swamiji. He says that if one child learns Bhagavad Gita in one household, it can be the niece of someone, nephew of someone, chikkamas magalu, doddamas magalu, whoever it is. Take them in your lap, give them gifts, give them chocolates, shower them with gifts, because of that one child you are going to get moksha. So if one person does Kanthapaatham of Bhagavad Gita in one household, 7 generations before that person, 7 generations, and that generation, 7 generations after that person, totally 14 generations are going to get direct moksha. That is direct merging into Paramatma, because of that one person who has done Kanthapaatham. And the need of the hour is to be in our Sanatana Dharma, save our Sanatana Dharma, and lead a life according to this Sanatana Dharma. And this Bhagavad Gita is our life manual to save us in this situation. We are in Kali Yuga. I request each and every one of you, this is a very good strategy to memorize, that is 2 shlokas per day. In 1 year, very easily, we'll all be able to do it. So I have that confidence. If I have been able to do it with Pujya Swamiji's blessings. My teacher also says it is just like climbing the Tirumala hill. First few steps, it will seem okay, we have the energy. Somewhere in the second chapter, third chapter, we'll start losing our energy. We think, oh God, it's a humongous task. We cannot do it beyond this. Our legs are aching, our hands are aching, our body is losing energy. We are sweating, we are, huffing and puffing, and we are hyperventilating and all that. But when you reach the topmost step, the kind of satisfaction when you have in reaching Tirumala Hill, that is the kind of satisfaction when you finish learning all the 700 shlokas of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, including then it also includes the Gita Mahatmyam, because we have to even chant Gita Mahatmyam when you learn the Bhagavad Gita, when you do the Bhagavad Gita Parayanam. Without that, it is not fruitful. So, Dhyana shlokas, 700 chapters of Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Gita Mahatmyam put together with Gita Arati, this constitutes the entire, on the Shastram, what we are supposed to say. On a daily basis, superb, but at least have a routine of chanting 2 shlokas per day. I thank Lord Krishna, Lord Parabrahma for giving me, putting me in this particular place that I can also share a few words. And I thank Dinesh sir for being the instrument for bringing me to this particular platform. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sahana.
Thanks a lot, Bhagini. Thanks for coming and obliging and addressing the gathering. Thanks a lot.
The only thing what I would like to say, conclude by telling is, Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Geetam, Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva, Eko Mantras Tasya Namani Yani, Karmapi Ekam Tasya Devasya Seva. Om Shri Krishnaya Paramatmane Namah.
Actually, ma'am, can you deliver more words like how you inspired, how you started your journey? Few words like that, if it might inspire others to their journey to memorize the shlokas.
Actually, to tell you the fact, I fell sick sometime in 2020 beginning. 2019, my teacher inspired me to join her classes. Mrs. Parimala, she belonged to Avadhoota Datta Peetam. It was fluent reading and meanings classes. So she helped me in developing an interest in this particular field, the meanings, because when during my school days, Sanskrit was my third language, and we learned a few of Bhagavad Gita shlokas that time. We had this Adhyakshari competitions and all. So in that particular text, with that excuse, we were trained in some of the shlokas with their meanings. But somewhere along the line, when we got busy with the Laukikam education, what I would say, somewhere I felt lost in our day-to-day graduation, post-graduation, professional courses and all that. So this particular teacher's effort brought me back to my roots, telling, okay, why don't you learn this? I will teach you this. So it started with 2 classes per week, but I used to look forward to those 2 classes, the way she made it interesting. And what she was doing is, she used to explain it in English, whatever Ganapati Sacchidananda Swamiji had taught her. And she is the official translator for Datta Peetam for all of Swamiji's discourses and his books, which are released in Telugu. She translates all of them into English, and she's been doing it probably from 1986 or so till date, and it still continues. So she was pretty knowledgeable, who was able to instigate an interest into me into this particular field sometime in 2019 beginning. And towards the end of 2019 or 2020, I really fell sick. And when I came back out of that, it was like transcending the Marana Bhayam out of that, because it is like a new lease of life. And so God has a purpose for me in my second innings. Somewhere I should make use of every moment of this, being grateful to God. Simultaneously, I joined Samskrita Bharati, did my Pravesha, Parichaya, Shiksha, Kovida courses and all that. Yeah. And because I wanted Sanskrit as a medium for me in an advanced phase, for me to interpret the meanings of the shlokas, not just learning the shlokas and then just mugging it up, memorizing and telling it without knowing the meaning. That is not going to be enjoyable for anybody. It is always enjoyable once we are able to interpret it as it is in its true meanings. So when we are able to appreciate the meanings of shlokas, it comes automatically. And when we are able to appreciate it, the interest, the involvement, the commitment, it falls in place. Rather than somebody say, no, sit, memorize. It shouldn't be a rote learning for anybody. So that, and in sometime in I think November 25th of 2019, my teacher, Mrs. Parimala, invited me to see her Swamiji, and there was a huge program in National College grounds in Bangalore where around some 15,000 people attended, and it was a Samuhika Bhagavad Gita Parayanam, and that was the very first Parayanam which I attended in my life. I was a fluent reader, and I saw around probably 200 to 300 memorizers on the stage, and they chanted Bhagavad Gita from memory. And that time Swamiji came on the stage and he told us, that was my first meeting, and he told us that why don't you all take up the sankalpam of learning Bhagavad Gita, doing kanthastikaranam of Bhagavad Gita, sorry, and thereafter along with that its meanings also, it is going to be so much helpful. So that was like two part to this. First, doing kanthastikaranam, giving the exam, because it is like a university course. Just by ourselves, people don't feel they are getting enough incentives, because that's the initial stage. Once we learn it and we live life, we are able to really appreciate how blessed we are, how much God does for us. We have to live that life. It's not easy to just put it in words. He told, first you learn. I will give you gold medal if you pass my exam with distinction. And then you have to take part in Sahasragala Parayanam, Dvisahasragala Parayanam, Dashasahasragala Parayanam, Lakshagala Parayanam. And Lakshagala means 1 lakh voices, the kantham, gala, all the voices coming together only of memorizers, not by seeing the book and all. And that's a very good program run by Datta Peetam all around the world. In US, they have more than 5,000 memorizers. In India, they have 2,000 memorizers. And that is why our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, has also expressed his appreciations to Sri Pujya Swamiji for his effort, that so many Indians and so many people around of Indian origin around the world also have memorized Bhagavad Gita, and they are enjoying the benefits of this particular Bhagavad Gita. And our work is basically in doing pracharam. It's not for the particular matham or peetam. It is to do pracharam of Bhagavad Gita, because that is the only way we can revive our culture now, whatever Lord Krishna has instructed us to do. So it's called Harimukhi Vani, no? So that is why. And nowadays Swamiji says, if any lady is about to get married, he says, before marriage, you go memorize Bhagavad Gita, you give the exam. Because by that, even newborn children, when a lady is 5 months pregnant, the mother is able to teach the child while doing Parayana. And by the time the child is 2 or 3 years, the child knows the entire Bhagavad Gita. And I am coming across such children now. Kokila in Avadhoota Datta Peetam. Now I have come across a child who's very close to me, Sri Vidya. She came to our TTD event also recently for Gita Jayanti event, and she was the first prize winner. So she's also won the gold medal from Avadhoota Datta Peetam the day before yesterday, and she's giving her Sringeri exam tomorrow. All it's like a hat trick within 10 days for her. She's not even 5 years old. So, considering all this, it is possible even by newborn children, no, who are all becoming Garbhashrimans like Prahalada, who had for whom Narada Maharishi was his guru. So the same way, this Bhagavad Gita, when learned by a mother, is being able to be transferred to her child in the womb itself. That is what we are seeing now. It's not just hearsay and all. We are able to directly witness that particular thing when such children come with the Purva Janma Samskaras and Vasanas. And how blessed they are, we feel, because I also got into this field at a much later stage. And children's brains are like magnets, so they are like clean slate. If they're exposed to it at a much younger stage, within 7 to 10 months, they will get it just like anything, not even struggling the way we adults struggle in this particular field. And it is Brahma Vidya. It is not any ordinary Vidya. So the benefits of learning this Brahma Vidya is huge. So starting from 2020, when Swamiji requested us, and my teacher Parimala also requested me, I need a company to do this. Why don't you join me in this journey? So we joined Avadhoota Datta Peetam for this memorization course, and they are pretty stringent when it comes to their teachers. Every weekend they will give us a call. Every day there will be classes, then there will be revision classes, 56 tests, then pre-finals. Only if you qualify the pre-finals, the Vedam Ganapatis, Balaswamiji, they will conduct our exams. And it's a huge privilege to give exams to give Vedam Ganapatis and Balaswamiji. And those days TTD also used to call only the Veda Parayanam people from Tirupati, from Tirumala Tirupathi, to even conduct our, to do our judging and to qualify us for the TTD awards also. Sringeri exam is also by Veda Parayanam people, and the final round was done by His Holiness Jagaguru Shankaracharya Mahasannidhanam Sri.Bharati Tirtha Swami. Nowadays he is quite old, and due to his age issues. It's Sri Sannidhanam Vidyashale Swamiji who's conducting it, and it's the highest level exam in the world, and definitely in India, because for Vedams, Upanishads, and for Bhagavad Gita, they hold the ultimate authority. The first Pratisthana place of Sri Adi Shankaracharya. So that Gita Jnana Yajna there, the Gita Jnana Mahayajna at Avadhoota Datta Peetam are all really doing a great work for for the entire universe, I should say, in this field of Bhagavad Gita. And I personally experienced that, and I am a recipient of their blessings. So considering this, I would like to inspire each and every one of you to do this Kanthapaatam, give these exams, and through these exams get the blessings of Mahan Acharyas and lead a life in this particular field, and do as much as pracharam. Even if each one is able to teach 5 other people and do pracharam, and that is the need of the hour for the society. So this is why I got inspired into this particular field to answer. And I could complete my course in December 21, because that's when I got the TTD award and the Datta Peetam gold medal. This May 22nd of 2022, I finished my Sringeri exam. I think the remaining you yourself had told in my profile.
And can we know about Ashtavadhanam? What is the procedure and how you completed all those levels? And you are good about your guru and your journey in that.
Yeah. So this Dr. Sachidananda A. Murthy, he is the judge of the TTD South India finals in Tirupati, and he is also the most senior level professor at Tirupati Sanskrit University. And he was the only known source of Gita Ashtavadhanam Vidwan in India. It so happened that one of my friend, Nagalakshmi Garu, she gave me his number telling, why don't you learn this particular Vidya, Lakshmi? I think it will be good if you learn this Vidya. So I and my other friend, Swarna, approached him. And I still remember that moment. Even before we could ask him, can you please teach us? He learned about us. And in that particular phone call, he asked, will you become my student, my shishya, and I would like to teach you this. I would like you to join my group. I will add you to my group, and I would request you to learn this vidya from me, and I personally will teach you one-on-one. And that was a moment of great blessing and honor when a vidwan like him comes to me and says that, will you become my student and I will teach you this vidya. So once we learn Bhagavad Gita by heart and memorize it, that is the Kanthastikaranam part of it, then this is Ashtavidhanam means, first of all, on a grand stage, you will have Ashtaprichakas. You will have 8 people to ask questions, and all those 8 people will be big vidwans in that particular field. And the other way of interpreting this Gita Ashtavadhanam, along with having the Ashtaprichakas on the stage, is there are 8 levels to 8 avadhanams, or what we can say in Sanskrit, 8 sopanams to this particular thing. First one is Kanthastikaranam, that is you memorize the entire Ashtavadhanam. The next level is Sankhya Darshanam, that is we know we have 18 chapters in Bhagavad Gita. We should know each and every shloka by their shloka number in the corresponding chapter. So that is Sankhya Darshanam. Given a particular shloka number, we must be able to tell the entire shloka. First, then the next thing is the third sopanam, or the third level is the Pada Darshanam. Given a particular shloka number, there are 4 padams to a shloka. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sarvadharman Parityajya, first padam. Mamekam Sharanam Braja, second padam. Aham tva sarva papebhyah, third padam. Mokshayishyami mashuchah, fourth padam. So given a particular shloka number, like shloka number 66 of chapter number 18, they must be able to tell this. If they say third padam, aham tva sarva papebhyah is the third padam, that is pada darshanam. Fourth one is Akshara Darshanam. In Akshara Darshanam, given a particular shloka number and given a particular padam number, they tell this is the particular 4th Aksharam. For example, shloka number 66 of chapter number 18, third padam, 4th Aksharam. So that is Sarvadharman Parityajya is shloka number 66 of chapter 18. In the third padam is Aham Tva Sarva Papebhyah. What is the 4th Aksharam? It's Va. Aham Tva, Ta, Va. So that is the Akshara Darshanam. And that is the 4th level. So Kanthastikaranam, Sankhya Darshanam, Pada Darshanam, Akshara Darshanam. Then comes Viloma Pathanam. Viloma Pathanam is telling a shloka in its complete reverse order. So we have a shloka like Sarvadharman Parityajya, Mamekam Sharanam Vraja, Aham Tva Sarva Papebhyah, Mokshayishyami Mashuchah. Tell it in the reverse order. That is reverse training the brain. मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मामेकं शरणं व्रज सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य. 4, 3, 2, 1. That is Viloma Pathanam. Then Dharana. That is the 6th level. 6th Sopanam being Dharana. Given a particular shloka number or given the first padam of any particular shloka, the contestant has to continue telling that till they are told to stop. The 7th Sopanam is Antyakshari, where the contestants will be asked to play Antyakshari without repeating any shloka. And so the contestant should have a checklist manual in the head, stored in the brain of the entire Bhagavad Gita in alphabetical order, which is called Aksharamala. So only then the contestant will be successful in this particular Antyakshari round. The 8th level is actually called Pada Puranam. If somebody says Moksha Ishyami Ma Shuchaha, they must be able to say Sarvadharman Parityajya. So given the last padam, they must be able to tell the first padam. And these are the first 8 levels. In addition to this, we have something called Aprasuta Prasanga, wherein if I give you a phrase like Panditaha, tell all the shlokas in Bhagavad Gita, whichever has got the phrase called Panditaha. The contestants will be able to Ashocyananva Shochaspam Prajnavadam Shabhashite Gatasuna Gatasumshan Nanu Shochanti Panditaha. So what all shlokas come with Panditaha, they must be able to list out within 1 minute. So it can be any particular phrase, like if it is Kshipram. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma shashvachanti nigachan kaunteya pratijanihi mami. So every particular shloka which Kshipram himanushe, okay, but that particular phrase, they must be able to list out the particular thing, shlok and the corresponding shlokas. How many ever are there in Srimad Bhagavad Gita within the 700 shlokas? And the last but one is Adhyaya Viloma. That is, when even given in a particular chapter, they have to start from the last shloka and come to the first shloka in reverse order. So that is called Adhyaya Viloma within a particular chapter. And that is the strategy even for telling from 700th shloka to first shloka. It can be like Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, starting from that particular shloka, which is the 700th shloka, to come to the first shloka, which is Dhritarashtra Uvacha, Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, everything in the reverse order without taking an extra second for thinking. It should go in the automatic order. That is called the reverse training of the brain. And then comes what is known as zigzag in common layman terms, and which is in Sanskrit is known as Anuloma Viloma. Anuloma Viloma means if I give you a particular shloka, like shloka number 23, which is in second chapter, which is shloka number 23 in second chapter is Nainam Chindanti Shastrani. The candidate should go to shloka number 12, tell that shloka, then go to shloka number 22, 24, 21, 25, 20, 26, which is precisely Vasamsi Chirnani Yatha Vihaya, Achedyoyam Adahyoyam, Veda Vinashinam Nityam, Avyaktoyam Achintyoyam, Najayate Mriyate Va Kadachit, Athachainam Nitya Jatam. So it's +1, -1, +1, +2, -2, +2, -3, +3. And candidates are very well successfully able to do it. I even train them in those particular techniques. So this is all about Gita Ashtavadana.
Thank you, Bhagini. Actually, we are really blessed as our guest to today's program, and it's a great day for us to initiate the journey in Bhagavad Gita. And I can't express my happiness as I'm very happy we have started this journey. We need your blessings and guidance forever. And thank you so much.
I am here to guide anytime when required, and anything to do for Bhagavad Gita, it is totally God's blessings, because we all do it like Srimad Narayana Preetyartham, Srimad Krishna, Sri Krishna Srimad Paramarthana Preetyartham, Krishna Preetyartham. Why? Because the Lord is going to be happy, and once the Lord is happy, He just showers us with His blessings. We don't have to ask, you do this for us, we do that for us. So that is why we say Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu. So in this particular, I am willing to help out in any way possible. And again, I express my heartfelt thanks to all of you, especially to Dinesh sir for having me here. I feel extremely humbled and honored. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Bhagini.
Thanks.
And